And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 14th episode of the Crypto Bull. Your host is me, Dimitri. Hi, everyone. In today's episode, we will be doing a live stream technical analysis of the Tron Foundation. Now, how will this live stream technical analysis go? Well, I will be making use of a variety of parameters to verify if a project is a worthwhile investment or a solid cryptocurrency project. We do so by making use of rules retaken here in my course called Crypto Bull. I'm not going to show the page here. I've shown it frequently enough. Oh, there we go, remove. In previous episodes, and it takes a little bit too much time, and I prefer, I received the feedback from many of my viewers that, it's better to get directly on point. So, without further ado, let us begin. So, we are going to do a live technical analysis of the project called Tron. We'll discover what it is about and so much more technical details. So, first things first, I'm always going to look up on CoinGecko or on CoinMarketCap. Well, those are two websites which compile all the different kinds of information needed with links towards the official websites, towards the explorers, towards their wallets, the various communities, etc., as well as give me indications of its historical price value. I'm going to click this away. So, I see it's still indicated in Dutch here. I'm going to quickly swap it towards English so all my viewers can view with me. So, like I said, what are we going to explore? Well, first and foremost, we are going first to take a view at its historical value. Later on, we'll be exploring its website and, do a quick overview of a variety of news articles, blog articles, etc., as well as taking a deeper look at how it functions. Generally, on the About page on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, we've got a summarization on the project itself, and we can learn a lot of things here. So, like I said, I went to CoinGecko here, tapped in Tron, currently listed number in the top 100 at place 22, from what I've seen. Current value, 13 USD dollar cents. It is an uptick, so it is increasing in value in the last 24 hours with 2.2%. This is the current market cap. That's the 24-hour trading volume, not bad. See, circulating supply, about 100 billion here, slightly more. That's going to be the official hard cap. That's a circulating supply, more on that later. Lows, highs, I see website, explores, community source code. Now, I like to take a look at the text. I see here smart contract platform. This immediately tells me the tag that it's probably related as an alternative to Ethereum, so that it's going to be a platform to build decentralized applications. That's my first guess, but we'll learn more about it soon enough. So, historical value. As you can see, this is the trend line in the last 24 hours. So, it had dipped a little bit, but in the last 3 hours today, it's been going back up. Naturally, I am more interested in the entire run. Do I see here? Incepted November 9th, 2017 up until today. Started quite low, had a sudden peak that coincides with the well-known bull run of Bitcoin and the entire crypto market from 2017-2018. So it was incepted around that same time. Did fairly well, remained stable. Stable from what I can gather here. Quite a lot of volatility. Went down. And then more or less remained level. A little bit of a downside here. During January 2020, it actually seemed to start in March 2020 after, well, the Chinese flu crash here that impacted the entire crypto market. Started its run upwards. So it started making it. Yeah, I'm losing my words here. Sorry, viewers. So it's actually gaining traction here with, well, a lot of gains being made in the last couple of almost 3 months. So it seems high peak here, topped at, come on, April 16th, went down, but is seemingly on a recovery here. So yeah, that's one. I'm going to neglect this part and say, well, it is in a general optic, which is quite positive, but tends to follow the markets. Yearly basis, nicely increasing, which implies on 180 days basis, 90 days or 3 months, 1 month, lost 2 weeks, lost 7 days. Well, I'm going to say up until the last 2 weeks. Long term, that is been in uptick, so it is increasing in value. Only last week and last 24 hours, it is more or less stable in value. So this might be an indication it's a good time to buy in. However, would wait, considering in the last 24 hours, it is in a tremendous uptick, to wait a little bit until there's a little dip to buy in. Naturally, well, always going to consider the entire market if you want to invest. Now might not be the best of times by reason, well, it's in a run, and generally when buying in a run, you stand to make a loss within quite a few months time. So better wait. So those who bought in somewhere February, March are making great gains. However, should you invest in it? We will find out later on, but I dare say its historical value and the entire graph, long run, short run, seems pretty okay to me. I've seen worse. But naturally, that's not the only parameter on which we are going to base ourselves on. So, most trusted exchanges. So, exchanges where it's mostly available: Binance, Huobi, Bitfinex, VCC, Upbit, so available mostly on Binance. This one interests me the most. About Tron coin. Today that's the value 24 that we know. Has a circulating supply of 72 billion Tron coins and a max supply of 101 billion. Those are quite high numbers. In previous episodes and in a lot of tweets, I mentioned that, well, if a cryptocurrency project has a few billion coins, that's feasible. But as soon as you go towards the trillion cap or even the quadrillion cap, it's better to say, yeah, okay, there's infinite tokens, and, well, simply indicate the circulating supply. I dare say this is quite on the high side. However, the amount of tokens to ever be in production, so the 101 billion in the case of Tron, all will depend on its, well, user case or for what it's going to be used. Like I said, on the TAC smart contract platform, is that I think it's going to be an alternative to Ethereum. And from what I can tell, what is Tron? Quickly indicating here, decentralized operating system, much like Ethereum. So use case and aim is about the same. In order to advance decentralization of the internet and its infrastructure, at its core, Tron is a smart contract platform that offers high throughput, high scalability, and high availability for all decentralized applications in the Tron ecosystem. So, in short, alternative to Ethereum. And naturally built around the usability of its native token, Tronix TRX. There's a little video here. Probably don't.
Tron Encyclopedia. What is Tron Blockchain? Tron was founded by millennial alumnus of Wuhan University, Justin Sun, It is one of the world's biggest decentralized operating systems,
Hope you guys can see
dedicated to
this.
making the internet decentralization again, as well as building a brand new online world without middlemen. An internet world with middlemen is faced with privacy leak, server crash, data monopoly, industry monopoly. The current development of internet is contradictory to its initial intention.
So yeah, that's the introduction video. Who created Tron? Was created by Tron Foundation, Singapore-based organization currently headed by Justin Sun. I've got to admit, I follow the guy. He has been advised to me by a variety of other educators and crypto enthusiasts by reason, well, okay, he's the founder of Tron, but he tends to post a lot of good articles and information concerning crypto markets. So that alone, the guy is quite knowledgeable, which cannot always be said of other CEOs who are a little bit too focused on their own project and fail to see or grasp the bigger picture. So it's a little bit of a, yeah, publicity for the guy. Prior to creating Tron Foundation, he founded Peiwu. I know of that one to be the Asian Snapchat, so that's a little bit of marketing talk there. Former chief representative of Ripple in China, graduated from UPenn University. I always get a little bit wary when I see these guys, but you never know. It's like a little bit with Ethereum. I've got to say, Ethereum makes part of one of the bigger bags in my crypto portfolio. However, I've got certain reservations when it concerns Ethereum. But on the other hand, much of the core developers, well, some of the core developers from back in the day have actually started the cryptocurrency project called Polkadot. I did a review in one of the previous episodes, which actually quite convinced me and was quite solid. So might be a good chance. Justin Sun did the same here with Tron. Anyway, we're not going to talk about other projects. Let's focus on Tron. Using the blockchain, its decentralized smart contract capability, the idea of Tron is that users will experience a decentralized internet where middlemen such as Google and Facebook are not needed for users to access content. That's fair. So it is going to be interconnected towards a Web 3.0, which explained shortly. Web 3.0 has to do with a decentralized internet. To understand what I'm trying to aim at here, currently we are in an internet or Web 2.0. That's an internet driven by social media content, but still centralized. So we have big tech like Google, YouTube, Facebook, etc., which hold big servers where all data is being held. They can block access to certain parts of information, they can censor, etc., etc. Web 3.0 is about taking away that power and have the internet more as a cloud, sustained by all users, everyone who is on the internet. That's the idea of a Web 3.0. Web 3.0 has one of the greatest powers, which is non-censor. The ability to not be censored anymore, so that there's no central censorship or influence from the outside. That's what Web 3.0 is about, and what Tron is going to be about. They will be trying to enable that evolution, from what I can tell. Which we don't know. So here's an example. So they read at your own leisure. You can pause the video, but this actually explains in short what I came to tell here. So Tron aims to replace services such as YouTube and others by becoming the decentralized infrastructure in which users can connect directly with creators and pay creators directly for the content they wish to consume. So yeah, it is going to be an alternative to Ethereum, so decentralized application development, and also going to be a co-contender together with Polkadot, another cryptocurrency or blockchain project, which serves us to be the alternative to Ethereum. So Tron is seemingly one of those other ones trying to, well, be the war fee alternative to Ethereum. The Tron protocol runs a delegated proof-of-stake governance model. This allows users to perform transactions with close to zero fee while being resistant towards transaction spam. So yeah, that's proof of stake. So you, in order to mine and have a certain amount of governance, so authority to validate and verify transactions, you need to stake a certain amount of Tron, their native token. Same principle what Ethereum is trying to implement with their 2.0 update towards Ethereum 2.0. But here, it seems it's already being implemented from the get-go, so no further updates are required in the time being. So the super representatives are voting in the TRX, it's taking form of Tron power. So that's here they talk a little bit about how the governance system works. So it is going to be decentralized, however, and that's a general remark when it concerns proof of stake. Proof of stake doesn't really enable decentralization. Other consensus protocol like proof of work are much better for it. However, when it concerns the building of applications and the use thereof, proof of stake is the better option. By reason, well, such projects will need a governing body, more or less, in an active developers. So in a certain sense, does proof of stake make sense to be used? Naturally, that implies additional layers need to be added on the governance model, hence delegated proof of stake, in order to ensure a certain amount of decentralization. However, this also implies the consensus protocol becomes slightly more complex, which imply, not only more complex, but also slightly bigger, which implies there are more approaches hackers or, nefarious individuals can take in order to undermine the project. However, it seems quite solid here, so I'll leave it at that. Can I mine Tron? Because it's a delegated proof of stake, you can't. Can I do on Tron? Smart contract platform is built to be the Ethereum virtual machine compatible, meaning it has Turing complete virtual machine capability. So yeah, what can I do? Build decentralized applications. I'm not going to get into too much detail here. They also mention, like Ethereum, it is possible to issue smart contract tokens, such as ERC20, ERC115, and others on the Ethereum. So those two sentences imply that you can build your own tokens, so crypto projects on Tron, on the Tron blockchain, as well as probably create NFTs. So the possibilities of developing decentralized finance applications or DeFi or NFTs by making use of the Tron blockchain are possible. So viable or alternative to Polkadot or Ethereum. Where can I use my Tron X? Numerous decentralized applications, native token, so you can swap them, how to store, where can I trade, and can I trade TRX derivatives. So that's all possible, but that's more marketing-wise, I'm going to say. So we now know it is an alternative to Ethereum and, Polkadot, but mainly a valid alternative to Ethereum. So next up, I'm going to verify the websites and dedicated communities. I see here first the websites, Medium and an official one. Medium always loads quite fast. I noticed this one is actually quite neatly done. So it implies community might be quite active. Number of accounts, transaction counts, so regular updates in a live stream. That's performance. Tends to coincide with from what I've seen here. Market cap, transaction count, ecosystem. I'm already taking a look here, and I like the way they are not going to try to sell you the product on the get-go. So it's really an introduction page, page with just numbers, how well they are performing, and what they are about. Okay, and you see here where to go: Tron Wallet, the ecosystem, Tron Scan. So they put everything together here. Quite nice. Official lending platform, so they are into DeFi. Just swap, same here. Just link, official Oracle. Probably has to do with Chainlink, which is also one of my favorites, and Sun Network. Heard about that one. I'm going to get too deep into detail. Technical, high throughput, so explanation. Help dApps to operate on Tron with low energy consumption, faster speed, and safety, providing limited capacity for Tron's mainnet. So there's an additional network to even decrease more the energy consumption that might be had. Okay, so those are the core partners. Following next, Samsung, BitTorrent, not surprised, Swisscom Blockchain, Opera. And they've got quite core developers. Insight. So those are news articles. It's a bit odd. I'm used to reading left to right, with the newest ones being here on the left. Seems to be the inverse. Yeah, it seems to be the inverse. Nothing too bad. Social platform. I'm going to look into that later on. I'm more interested in seeing. I'm going to. Okay, so that's the DEX. Yeah, just a random decentralized exchange where they are listed. Okay. Wallet. They have dedicated websites for their own wallets that you can use. So nicely done. Explorer. Tron Scan, so you can do your research here. Simply where my mouse is here and where you see the G's appearing, put in your account name or address and you can explore the entire blockchain. Count growth, contract takers, also very nicely done. Forgot to mention it has its own own native blockchain, which underlines the solidity of this project. Love seeing that one. There's a lot of projects which are being built on either Ethereum, Binance, and or other blockchains. I have to admit, when I see a project being built on something else, it depreciates a little bit my view on the coin itself. But it also depends on what its main use case is going to be. If I had seen that Tron didn't have its own native blockchain, well, at that point, considering its use case and for what it is being built, I would have almost immediately ended the live stream by reason, well, that's not a feasible way to do business. So it has its own blockchain, and, well, that makes it already more viable and solid than a variety of other projects. Just that on the side. So yeah, I'm not going to click on it. Tokens, Tron, BitTorrent. The BitTorrent token is built on the Tron network. Nice. I had a variety of users asking me to, well, to also do a review of the BitTorrent token. I might do so perhaps in the next episode, perhaps in one of the future ones. But anyway, USD Tether, yeah. These guys I also know. Those who follow me for quite some time know I'm not a big fan of Tether, but their presence, well, not going to say it's a bad influence, but on the contrary, even it's quite good. But the project itself, USD Tether, or Tether for in short, well, it's something I'm not at all too big fan of. But its presence on your blockchain or within your project is actually a very good sign. GST, I don't know what that is. So it's just stable, from what I can tell it's called. Okay, it's a token native to a DeFi exchange being built on a Tron network. That's also quite nice. Never heard about it before. Developer, love seeing that one. White paper 2.0. Yeah, immediately the white paper, loving it. I love seeing the white paper immediately for future investors and people with a more technical background like myself. I tend to, at my own leisure and time, tend to read through those white paper to see what it's all about and gather more knowledge on how something functions. Especially before investing, this can be quite interesting and gives you a lot of details about the project itself, how it functions, and where possible, well, leaks and problems might be. So the immediate presence of the white paper, so the technical documentation, is of utmost importance. It also shows that the developers and the entire community is open for feedback. So loving it, seeing it here. So it's talk about history, terminology. It seems to be quite well done. Architecture, Java Scala protocol. So you can do all in. Storage, core, application. So how it works, core, storage. So yeah, there's a look it up at your own leisure. From what I can tell, the architecture is going to be slightly akin to the one of Polkadot, but perhaps with a few small changes. Very positive point here. So technical documentations, yeah, generally with the white paper you should have enough, but I'm going to click on it just to show you guys. It's really the entirety of public documentation concerning specifics like the virtual machine. That's an introduction to how it functions, the variety of coins which exist, so Tron coin itself, but the token type that exists, so TRC and the TR10, TRC20, etc. So there's going to be how to put it in proper English here. Well, the alternatives towards the ERC tokens. So yeah, that's how you get all technical documentations available. Of seeing that. So direct link towards their GitHub, mainnet, bug bounty. So for actively seeking bugs, if I'm not mistaken, of 10 million USD dollars, discovering potential technical vulnerabilities in the mainnet. Love seeing this part by reason, well, the developers are open, so they even give bounties should you find bugs in the code. So loving it. Implies they are very open and that the source code is very solid. Those are big bonus points. Resources, to tell, insights, and news articles seem to be a little bit dated here. Nothing too new. Perhaps it's just the way they are being scripted here. Click on About, Justin Sun. That's the guy. Suffix, jobs, etc. So yeah, looks quite nice. And yeah, okay, even his social media is being addressed here. It seems Justin Sun is really being interwoven with the project itself. Not bad in itself, but if you have a dedicated website about your own cryptocurrency project, I tend to believe it's better to focus on the project itself and less on developers or CEOs even. It's good that we have a face to attach to the platform because, well, it gives a certain amount of authenticity, which rules prime, I dare say, when it concerns, well, viability of a project, but yeah. Anyway. I'm going to close this one. That's the Medium article all about Tron. Hackathon, it seems here the news items are much more recent. February 4th, 3, January 18. So there are regular reports, but not to say there is a fixed date for updates, etc. But they look quite active. Perhaps the social media accounts will learn us a lot more. To look up Reddit, Twitter, come on, Facebook. Telegram isn't installed on this one, and Discord either. It's not too bad. You never know. I'm going to take a quick peek at Discord. For a reason, link seem to have failed. Yeah, no, I'm going to close it. Yeah, if you can visit the Discord in general with a lot of projects, there are a variety of subsections where you can look up technical issues, news updates, have the communities in a variety of countries like Great Britain, the US, Indonesia, China, Japan, etc., where you can communicate and learn others who make use of the Tron network. So, and ask your questions with them and share experiences globally or more local. So, big fan of seeing a Discord app. Tron Foundation. Click here. So they have Facebook page 16th of February. So seems a little bit less up to date. Sorry. Like their general website, super representative. So there are a variety of videos which explain what it's all about. Clicking on it, let's see if it wants to open up. Doesn't want to. In any case, it's got difficulties loading here. 20th of April, yeah, okay, so there's some decent movement going on. Reach $1. Can I automate this? Still an active project on the Tron train. So yeah, there's, what I can tell, 114 remarks, regular updates, so active community on Facebook. Twitter. Quite a lot of followers. And the likes, retweets, and interaction to boot. To you. Tron swag back price. So there seems to be a variety of prizes to be won from Tron. Justin Sun himself. Product launch, so probably their own merchandising. It's actually quite refreshing to see, well, the foundation itself giving out rewards and being busy with their community. Albeit it being a marketing stunt probably, but it's refreshing. Haven't seen that all too often. Most tend to be focused on the investments and the trade of a variety of coins. So I like seeing this one. Naturally, there's a lot of movement going on here on the Twitter profile, with a lot of retweets, interaction with the fans themselves. TikTok.Tron, Tron Foundation retweeted. And small account. Okay, it's one of the more bigger ones, but hey, you never know. In finance, Tron Foundation. So yeah, Twitter seems to be quite active and genuine. This is the Reddit page, wartime. Yeah, okay. Story one, this is Sparta. Okay, so active competition against Ethereum. Where do you buy your Tron coin? It's one of the most active digital assets in the crypto world. So, yeah, got a vague impression here too. Almost 10 billion. And news article from yesterday, it seems, which indicates they have a very active support. And from what I can tell, it's a good mix of questions, merchandising, and memeing on Reddit. That's generally a very good sign. It's a healthy, worthwhile project. I'm going to close this one. So, what can I tell about the project? I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Remove. Well, when it concerns Tron, I have to say I am impressed. Not as blown away I was like Polkadot, but from what I can tell, it looks like a very, very, very solid project. Not immediately going to step in by reason, well, like shown, considering its historical value and the run it's having, it's currently in an uptick, so in a bull run, which implies that's not the best time to step in. However, future-wise, I might actually invest with these guys and try to get more involved. So I'm actually very positive about them. See here, question from Nasser. How much do you think it will be worth later this year? I have actually no idea. The market currently is, well, doing weird jumps. It's an uptick for altcoins, so Tron probably is profiting from it. But I know too little about the project to actually make a decent guess, a decent estimate. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not mistaken. Its current value was at 0.13 cents. It might reach the 20 cents later on this year, all depending on how the market evolves. If, for example, Bitcoin has another supreme cycle, a good run upwards, like some, including myself, predicted it might reach the six-figure number, Bitcoin that is, well, the entire market in that case will also be an uptick, and I wouldn't be surprised Tron hitting the 20 cents. So with that, I want to imply it's probably going to grow even bigger. I have to admit also, it isn't the first time I heard about Tron. That's also a very positive sign. By reason, well, there are a lot of players eyeing Tron, and on that account, I dare say they are a little bit on the same level like Ravencoin, another project I stand behind, whose value is relatively stable at the moment, but is a little bit underappreciated. And I can only really tell how well they will fare, and this applies to both Tron as Polkadot as Ravencoin when Ethereum decides to implement their EIP 1559 or do the general upgrade towards Ethereum 2.0. By reason, a lot of miners and a lot of investors will probably flock out or try to find worthwhile alternatives. Includes for developers trying to find new blockchains which are alike, but yeah, probably better for their interests. And on that account, I dare say Tron is a very, very good contender. So when it concerns value, I never dare say a fixed number, but I wouldn't be surprised if it will be hitting 20 cents USD dollars later on this year. Might be very short, even within a couple of months, might be near the end of the year, I don't know, but pretty sure 20 cents isn't really off the charts. So yeah. So if no other questions remain, I'm going to call it, well, a day for this live stream. Thank you all for having watched. Thank you for the questions received. I hope you guys learned something. If there are questions concerning this live stream or anything else concerning cryptocurrency, leave a comment down below. Reach out to me on Twitter, on Instagram, or if you follow my Facebook page, or even on my own website. Yeah, I'm still getting used to it there. Sorry. Leave a comment, reach out to me, and I'll try to answer as well as possible. So once again, thanks for viewing, and